Welcome to Conversations with Kay. This video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. I want to talk about a serious thing tonight. Like, we didn't have enough drama in the YouTube community, and then it just goes worse. Much worse. I'm talking about all this controversy with Truthy McGoo and Critical K and everybody else that's involved. Y'all know how I feel about Critical K. One of the worst creators, in my opinion, on YouTube. The toxicity just oozes from this channel. And this is a prime example of it. I'm going to give the short version for people that don't know what happened. But apparently Critical K was doxing Truthy McGoo because they disagree about the SL case. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The extremes this woman will go to, there's no line she won't cross. I suspect that she went way beyond what a reasonable human would do when she was allegedly doxing Truthy McGoo. And allegedly spreading vicious rumors that I don't know if they're true or not, but it doesn't even matter because you're not supposed to be doxing people. Oh my gosh, this stuff is just, you can't make this stuff up. So, as many of you know, a couple days ago, it came out that Truthy McGoo had allegedly committed suicide and was no longer with us. And people were so upset because there was another creator that had passed away this week. So this was like a double blow. So what does Critical K do? She calls 911 and the local sheriff's office, etc., trying to get information on whether he really committed suicide or not, and tries to hide it as having a welfare check done. Now, I've listened to the calls, and I have the calls, but apparently she's striking any channel that puts them up. They're disgusting. The most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Critical K, how do you live with yourself? How? Even on the 911 call, the lady can't even believe what she's hearing because Critical K is telling her that somebody allegedly committed suicide and she doesn't believe it's true and that she's being blamed. So she wants the truth over whether this person committed suicide or not. And the 911 operator's like, what are you talking about? This goes so far over the line of anything that a reasonable human would do. So now, Annie from 10 to Life and Dad Challenge podcast have made a video too saying that they think he didn't really commit suicide and maybe he's just hiding because of all this constant harassment, alleged harassment and doxing by Critical K. Now, I don't agree with them making that video either because they don't know. You know, they both said in the video they're 90% sure he's not dead. Well, that's 10% that he could be. And here's my thing. If somebody is so scared that they would fake their own death to get away from somebody harassing and doxing them, then should we be making another video on these people saying it's not true? Now, some of you are going to say, well, now you're making a video. Well, yeah, because it's all out there. And my channel's not near as big as any of the channels I'm talking about. But I can't let it just slide past and not say something. A lot of people have warned me not to talk about Critical K. I don't care. You know, I'm not the one that always has the popular opinion. I know people love Annie, Dad's Challenge podcast. I know they're very popular creators. I like them too. I just wasn't a fan of this video they did. So y'all know, even if it's not the popular opinion, I'm always going to give mine. That's why I do this. So let's give a little listen to this video.
I've been in contact with the girlfriend since this happened. We have been texting on and off all day. And I was in contact with her before this happened, not in a big serious way, but just because they were helping me with some stuff that's been happening on my side of the fence with the doxing and all of that. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, some people reached out to family members of his, extending fake condolences as a means to try to get information out of them. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't close with his family, and that was no secret. So unfortunately, this was less than 24 hours after he had passed away. So some of the family members, because he wasn't close with them, but people took that. See, his own family didn't know. They weren't even informed. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that their response meant one thing or another, because I don't know the answer to that. But
so here's where I feel like this is a little bit of a betrayal by Annie. She says she's been in text contact with Truthy McGoo's girlfriend and getting information. And some of the replies she got weren't adding up, and some seemed like they were given by maybe Truthy McGoo himself. But here's the thing, that seems like such a betrayal to me. If they're trusting you enough to be texting with you, do you think they wanted you to make a YouTube video about it? See, that's what doesn't sit right with me. Because if these were my friends and I was texting with them, I would not put it on YouTube. Because somebody has to be really desperate if they're going to fake their own death, especially a suicide, given that he had let it be known that somebody in his family had committed suicide. So that just doesn't sit right with me at all. I just don't like it. I just feel like all this YouTube stuff is so out of hand and it's so toxic. And now it's going towards evil. It really is. And not Annie. I think her heart's in the right place. But I don't know. I can't figure out in my mind why her and Dad Challenge Podcast thought they should make this video. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us why they felt they needed to make this video. For me, I think it would have been better to wait and see what happens and see if the girlfriend says something or he comes back. Here's the odd position it puts everybody in, because nobody wants him to be dead, right? So we're all hoping that it is a hoax and he's not dead. But the flip side of that is then people are going to be mad because that's just something so far out there and so hurtful, and then people are going to be mad that he's alive. So it's like an oxymoron. So it just puts everybody in a terrible spot. So I just can't see what purpose this video had. I don't think it made anything better. I think I first heard about it on Twitter, of course, and I know a couple people are upset with me because some were posting on Twitter that, see, I thought this was kind of fishy, and I figured he wasn't really dead, and here's the proof. And I said, but this isn't proof. This is a video of their opinions. And see, this is what always gets so messed up on YouTube. This whole thing of opinion versus fact. So it's Annie and Dad Challenge Podcast's opinion that he may not be dead and that he may have faked his own death to escape the bullying and alleged harassment by Critical K and her group. But that's not a fact. So then by the time it gets to Twitter, now it's given out like it's almost a fact that this is a hoax and he's not really dead. So I just have such a big issue with all of this. None of this is right. From Critical K to Annie to Dad's Challenge, it's not right. None of it's right. Now, I put most of the blame on Critical K because Obviously, she allegedly doxed and harassed this man so hard that he was in so much fear of what she was doing that he either committed suicide or felt he had to fake a suicide to get away from her. Neither one is good. I don't know how anybody will ever get across to Critical K that what she is doing crosses the boundary of humanity. Just because somebody disagrees with you does not mean you need to harass them, dox them, go after them, look up every little thing on their life you can find. Is horrible. It needs to stop. YouTube's just going to have to take a stronger hand with these creators and rein this crap in. It's too much. It's all going too far. And y'all know I said that on my last video about Without a Crystal Ball. This stuff is all going too far. It's got to stop. And I think as YouTube creators, we all need to band together and say, no, this is not acceptable. Stop it. Just stop. Anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm sure you will. I know I'm going to get all those Critical K fans over here telling me what a piece of crap I am. That's okay. But remember, we got all the new rules about comments, so if you get too out of hand or you use profanity, YouTube's just going to delete them. So be respectful. And if you guys think I'm wrong, let me know. I don't think I am, though. And I know, like I said, these are popular creators. But I don't think any of them have done the right thing. But anyway, you guys have a great night. And it's New Year's Eve. And I wish you all a wonderful, Happy New Year. And I am looking forward to great things in 2021. And my hope is that YouTube's going to rein this kind of stuff in next year. Let us hope. Good night, y'all.